You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and the time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt.
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there? Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Fracture! Confess!
I'll protect us.
How unbecoming.
As you wish, me, Fräulein. It hurts! Hey!
Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Bring it on! Break!
Leave it all to me.
This! Keep moving!
Oz, reveal thyself.
Hey! Fracture!
All you do is run.
We got a situation.
No use hiding back there. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia.
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it! Protect us.
Yeah! Fracture! Compact!
Oz revealed.
Really? Bring it on! Yeah!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I'll catch up. I must leave note and let the show begin. By royal
Die here.
Let's dance.
This is no job for detectives. Confess!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Look! Childe's back to normal again.
It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis. No matter—
That's what we've been trying to tell you.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the exuvia was just...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone fort.
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago.
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principle. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing. Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Do we make...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you... Just seeing this overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets...
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Qixing,
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What? But all of you were...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms?
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. We haven't a moment to spare.
Yep.
Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you. One wishes to witness.
Fracture! Get moving!
That seemed to work.
Bring it on!
Killjoy! We've only just begun. Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
I'll protect us.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Situation!
Stay right there.
The ancient gods attacking again! There are so many between two! Kill them!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh? Never mind.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Depthal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Cards. Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
It hurts!
Put your back into it. My work.
I miscalculated.
Seglum! Bring it on!
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them for that.
Let me amuse myself a little.
It hurts!
My work. You're not going anywhere. Food. Disgusting.
Fracture! Seglum!
Let me amuse myself a little.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Miscalculated.
The more, the merrier. By royal decree.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
This isn't good.
Don't get in the way.
Fracture!
You're not going anywhere. Cold cut.
Bring it on!
Let's move.
Yeah! Get moving!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
This is it.
Fracture!
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now.
There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small... It is a testament to Ningguang's seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed and...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiation. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone. But that does not mean that the Liyue do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on...
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis...
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal but I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in... The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife, but...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my although I am a mere...
Why does...
Weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guard... When danger is near, everyone... Thanks for protecting Liyue.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aw.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contract, although their blood is... The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to...
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then... But how will we ensure that the lead...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got... Childe wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen. Funeral parlor.
there anything I can do for you?
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank... But last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack? We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Ah. Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hot.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to... The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be... You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you...
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So, no, wait! That's an exciting twist and all...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing?
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that, as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time, until one drizzly day, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Childe, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The gnosis which I had kept for so many years suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too... Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more sad. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Childe. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain
Huh? That doesn't...
On the contrary.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have...
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sure...
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the... Uncover that answer for yourself in your...
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have...
Yes, and to think that this...
Say, do you...
Now that you mention it, that's... I mean it all. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess?
Ah, forget it. You know that...
Yes, and to...
Say.
Now that you... I mean it all. Still, what...
Ah, forget.
Oh, come on. There's only one real possibility, and...
Fatui?
Shh. Lower your voice.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and adepti live rumors and hears having been thwarted in his trial. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the cheese... So that... something feels off. Why would could the Cheesing already have known that Rex Lapis... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there sweet...
As said previously, Rex...
3,700 years of contracts burnt and...
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending...
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she
Traveler.
Yikes! She really...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated...
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Perhaps.
But it seemed, well...
As for the
Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is, and here you are looking all...
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you...
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rule. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never... But since you weren't used to not being...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and force. The Archon Morax could never experience life. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of... That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, The nation has been closed by order of its the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Tibet...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for it.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Childe did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Childe's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Confess!